All right, this is the introduction to our line project. It's very, very important that you understand how a ruler works. So we are going to be making different measurement marks onto our project paper. Okay, so this is our project paper. The first measurement mark you're going to be making is at 1/2 of an inch. So if you're looking at a ruler, okay, you're going to be using the inch side. You need to make sure you know where 1/2 of an inch is. So this is 1 inch, this is a second, third, fourth, so on. So 1/2 of an inch is halfway between the 1 inch. So this line right in the middle. So we are going to take the ruler, you're going to set it at the place that says start, or it's the 0 part of the ruler. Do not start measuring at this edge of the ruler. That would just be extra space. So this is the 0 or at the start. So we are going to make 2 measurement marks per side of this paper. So set it up, mark 1/2 an inch, move the ruler up, mark 1/2 an inch, and then we're going to move and make those marks at each side. Before I move on to that, I am going to connect these 2 marks by taking my ruler, lining it up with those measurement marks, and marking a line that goes all the way across that. So you can see this is what it should look like for that one side. So it's 1/2 an inch all the way. If you mark just one line, you don't know exactly where to put your ruler. So this is the reason why we make 2 measurement marks. I'm going to take my paper, flip it the other direction, and again, mark it, line it up, create that measurement mark at 1/2 an inch and 1/2 an inch. It doesn't really matter where you place these, they just need to be 2 spots kind of at the bottom and the top. Then again, take your ruler, line up those measurement marks, and then move on to the other sides. Okay, once and twice. Line up the ruler, make a mark. Then again, switch the side and do the same thing. Okay, so there is our 1/2 inch border around the whole project. Now we are going to make measurement marks at the bottom of the page and the top of the page. There are going to be 2 measurement marks per side. These are going to line up to make 3 individual rectangle shapes, which makes the triptych part of the project. So take your ruler, line it up with the start of the ruler, meaning the 0. Now we are going to be making a couple measurement marks. So the first one is 3 3/4 of an inch. So you have to figure out where that is. Here's the 3. Now a question: is 3/4 of an inch less than 1/2 or more than 1/2? Okay, more than 1/2. Here's the 1/2 inch, so it's the next biggest line next to that. This would be 3/4. So we will take that and make that measurement mark, 3 3/4. Now we have 4 1/4. Is 1/4 less than 1/2 or more than 1/2? It is less than 1/2. Here's the 1/2 inch mark. This is the next closest line to that, which is the 4th inch mark. So we're going to make that measurement mark. Then we have 7 3/4. So there's a 7, there's the half, this is 3/4. Then we have 8 and a 1/4. This is half, a 1/4 is less, so there we go. Then you're gonna move your ruler up and you're going to make those other measurement marks. So the other two that we had was 7 and 3/4 and 8 and a 1/4. So here we go. We'll make these measurement marks. 3 and 3/4, 4 and a 1/4, 7 and 3/4, 8 and a 1/4. Now we know where to line these up. So take your ruler, line them up, make the mark that goes across. Okay, do the same thing here, line those up, same thing here. Okay, so you can see we have 3 rectangle shapes. Now, when you guys are doing this, you need to make much, much lighter pencil lines. The reason you're going to be erasing a lot of these extra lines that you have. Draw light, it's easier to erase. So once you have this, you're going to erase all these extra lines so they become 3 individual floating rectangle shapes. So we'll erase these lines, that one that goes into the center, okay, the ones in the corners here, okay, each corner, okay, and each one of these sides. So now we have 3 individual floating boxes. This is the measuring part. Please ask for help so you can get these boxes the correct size.